doing the Odyssey by Homer. And the Odyssey is an epic poem by the great Greek author Homer. And the epic poem relays the story of Odysseus, who is our main protagonist. And our main motif in the book is loyalty. We see loyalty from servant to master, from husband to wife, from brother to father, son to father. And Euryclea's loyalty to Odysseus, his household, is seen in her love for Telemachus, who she treats like her own son. And here's a quote. And it says, "So he spoke, and the dear nurse Euryclea cried out, and bitterly lamenting, she addressed him in winged words. 'Why, my beloved child, has this intention come into your mind? Why do you wish to wander out over much country, you and only in love's son? Illustrious Odysseus has perished, far from his country in some outlandish region. And these men will devise evils against you on your returning, so you shall die by guile, and they divide all that is yours. No, but stay here and guard your possessions. It is not right for you to wander and suffer hardships on the barren white sea.'" So with Odysseus gone, Euryclea took up the role he had to be like a mother to Telemachus. And then throughout the poem, Odysseus is plagued by many antagonists, such as the suitors, gods, goddesses, and much more. And in the midst of all this turmoil, the factor that holds Odysseus together is really his wife, Penelope, and his home and his goal of getting back home. And here's an example. When he's on Calypso's island, it shows that he's not even pleased by the great nymph Calypso anymore, and he longs for Penelope. It says, "The sweet lifetime was draining out of him as he wept for a way home, since the nymph was no longer pleasing to him. By nights he would lie beside her, of necessity, in the hollow caverns, against his will, by one who was willing, but the days he would sit upon the rocks, at the seaside, breaking his heart in tears, and lamentation, and sorrow, as weeping tears he looked out over the barren water." So, and then here is Penelope's. She stays faithful to him throughout the whole epic poem, and that's very important. It says here, Eumaeus is speaking, and it says, "Any vagrant who makes his way to the land of Ithaca goes to my mistress and babbles his lies to her. And she then receives him well and entertains him and asks him everything. And as she mourns him, the tears run down from her eyes, since this is the right way for a wife when her husband is buried." So she still has a strong connection to Odysseus, even though he's been away for 10 years, and she still loves him. Okay, so I wrote a song to the tune of "Hey There, Delilah," and it's like a love song from Odysseus to Penelope, and these are the lyrics, just so you guys can follow. So it's just the karaoke version. Penelope, how's your life been without me? Mine has been a crazy roller coaster, traveling across the sea, but we'll be fine. Don't you worry, I'll be back in time. My word's supplied. It all started 10 years back when I fought in the war. I've been through gods, goddesses, the underworld, and so much more. Yes, it's true. I'd fight the world to get to you. I will come through. I've been through toil and strife, but oh, it's all for you, my wife. Oh, I've been through toil and strife, but oh, it's all for you, my wife. Penelope, I've heard I've heard times are getting hard. The suitors storm right in our palace, ate our food with disregard, and I'm ashamed how quickly they thought I was made. They will be tamed. I said to Mary when our son has grown a beard, but now I hope that you will wait for me. Although it has appeared, I'll be back soon. Their love proposals be immune. I'll be back soon. And oh, I've been through toil and strife, and oh, it's all for you, my wife. Oh, I've been through toil and strife, but oh, it's all for you, my wife. Poseidon made it his own job to make my journey back a throb. I have to say at that he did succeed. I've had some help from goddesses. Athena dealt with my splices. She helped me with my every need. Penelope, I'll promise you that by the time my journey's through, our lives will never ever be the same. This is my claim. My queen, all I can really say is thank you. Through this whole 10 years you've been faithful, and I'm so grateful for you. I owe my success to you. You are my relief when I am blue. Penelope, here's to you. This one's for you. And oh, I've been through toil and strife, but oh, it's all for you, my wife. Oh, I've been through toil and strife, but oh, it's all for you, my wife.
That was so good.
I was like done with the whole thing.
The most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
You should become a singer or a songwriter.
He is our guest.
Wait.
I'm so sorry.
Huh? No, are you wanting to discuss now? Because I was just trying the music off somehow. Just go to the computer.
That was good.
That was really done.
The words fit perfect.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah,
really good. Like I liked all these words.
Yeah.
Because it's like hard rewriting words.
Oh, like-
Yeah, and
but,
they were
this
like
is really
And they all made
good.
sense too.
They all
Yeah.
rhymed and
Yeah.
I loved it.
How long did it take you to figure out what song you were gonna sing it to?
None.
Just knew. Can't go wrong with it.
So tell me about
Okay.
Odysseus.
Odysseus is the protagonist.
Good for him.
Okay, so let's go through the lyrics, I guess. So it starts off talking about Penelope and how he's asking her how her life has been since he's been away for 10 years. And he starts off by saying it's been crazy, but we'll be fine because he'll be back. And it started 10 years back. That's talking about the Trojan War. And he's been through gods and goddesses. He's been through Calypso, Circe. He's had help with Athena. He's fought against Poseidon. And he went to the underworld and a lot more. And then the refrain, oh, I've been through toil and strife. It's just all the hardship he's been through. And it's all with the purpose of getting back home to his palace in Ithaca and to his wife Penelope. And then it says, Penelope, I've heard times are getting hard. The suitors stormed right in our palace, ate our food with disregard. That's talking about, obviously, how the suitors, the antagonists, came into the palace and basically lost all loyalty they had to their once king and leader who they all loved. And they, are now trying to marry his wife. And then it says, I said to Mary when our son has grown a beard. That's what it talks about in the book, how Odysseus told Penelope to wait for him until